Well, hello and welcome to the Bowtie Gardens. This is February 26th, 2023, month 11 of our monthly garden tours. And you can see we've got some stuff blooming. These things are beautiful. There's more right here. There's more off over yonder you can't quite see on the camera. But we got flowers coming out. We got, boy, I wish you could see that bumblebee that's been hovering around up here for days now. I don't understand what he's doing, but he's just hovering around. I'll see if I can catch him on the video here in a little bit, but very strange. I think it's the same bumblebee. It's in the same area every single time I see him for the past week, I think it has been. Yeah, the bees are out and busy, and in fact, this will come out on Tuesday the 28th, I believe, and it just came out the previous morning, video of the bees on the blueberries, which were just hundreds of bees on the blueberries, and then from when this is coming out on 28th of March 1st, is coming out just a little video of the bee box right next to the blueberries, and they're very happy that it's 78 degrees in February here in Destin, Florida, on the panhandle of Florida, just about 7 blocks from the beach. We're very close to the beach. It feels like spring, and they keep talking about a false spring, and I'm beginning to think that we're there. We're at spring itself, and I don't know that it's going to change anymore. Last winter we didn't have a single frost. So it's kind of hard to tell what's going to happen here. So anyway, we'll have to see what happens. But I'm going to get right on with the garden tour, and we'll take a closer look at some of these azaleas that have been blooming for over a month now. This is an interesting hedge. There's a whole bunch of different hedges in. Bushes in here, and we get flowers in different sections at different times all the way around, so it's kind of interesting. I don't know if they designed it that way or what, but it was from the previous owner, and it's beautiful. But as always, we start over at the strawberries, and let's take a look at the surprise that's around the strawberries. I do have a little surprise. I got my little grabber because we're gonna go hunting for some strawberries real quick. Let's go take a look. Hi, I'm Bowtie Dave. So if you are a regular viewer of the garden tours, you might notice that the wood chip pile has grown a little bit, and that's because our neighbor had some massive trees removed, and they let me have some of the wood chip, and there's different qualities of wood chip in there. So yes, the wood chip pile is still there. Yeah, I know, it's the wood chip pile that never goes away. But I do want to show you these strawberries because these are kind of exciting. We actually have quite a bit that's coming ripe, and this, I believe this might be an Ozark Beauty in this region. You can see here some of these are actually looking really good. This one's going to get harvested soon. But something I've been missing and I've been discovering slowly is underneath here. I've been pulling out these leaves, and there's a big strawberry right underneath there. There are strawberries under here that are getting ripe and not getting caught. I've been coming out here about 2 or 3 times a day. Harvesting, well, 2 times a day, harvesting strawberries, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. And I've been harvesting almost every time I come out. Now this is getting into my Walmart seeds. You may remember I had 4 seeds that germinated and grew. This will be we would be entering into their 3rd year. So there are, in fact, let me just come in here close and you can see there are little strawberries everywhere in here, just everywhere. So I don't know how big they're gonna get, but they are looking good and they look like they're gonna be pretty prolific. So, and they're buried in here, they're hidden. They are just tons and tons and tons. And I've got to come in here and get rid of all the, I think I might need to get rid of all these, all the mulch here. Now, see, I just pulled something up right there. It needs to get stuck back in. Got to be careful of that. There's a lot of tendrils, suckers, I don't know what they're called, but the things that create the new plants. There's a lot of those that need to be cut. This is so thick through here of strawberry plants. I don't want to get this much thicker. I mean, we might allow it to fill in some areas, but I really want to allow it to fill in over there. There's a few strawberries over there. And so in this area, we have Ozark Beauty. It started off with one plant somewhere right in the middle here. Then this right here, we have at least 2 of these sweet berries, which actually started somewhere. I think this was actually the original plant right here. And it ultimately has created 2 or 3 new plants. This one doesn't have any flowers on it, but I'm pretty sure that's a sweet berry. And then this is another Ozark Beauty that started somewhere over there. And there's a strawberry right there that I actually just left for the critters. They got to it. But you see we have several bags here, and I keep an eye on the bags. At any given time, I have somewhere between 20 and 30 bags out here with strawberries in them. And they seem to be working so far. I do have the little stones, all the little stones in here, like these red stones. And you notice there are a lot of them. And they're decoys for birds and squirrels and such, and they still seem to be working. I don't get very much bird damage, but you can see that strawberry is kind of white on the bottom side. This one will probably be ready to pick tomorrow. We're in the afternoon right now. This one here is probably 36 hours away. I'm just kind of getting the hang. That one's no earlier than 48 hours away. Kind of getting a hang of how long these things take to ripen, and it's not a fast process. You can see I have a lot of weeds in here too. I need to get in here and pull some weeds, which we'll get to. But yeah, this area in here, this is the area that didn't get watered for a period of time several months ago, and that kind of killed it out. And the reason is because the irrigation head is back. In fact, you see that piece of rebar right there. That right there is the marker for in fact, you can see right here, this is where the irrigation head is shooting up into the pile. So I need to start dealing with that pile so the strawberries can survive. Been a lot to do in here. And another thing is there's a head over somewhere in the shadows right there that is going to get split, one over there and one over here, to help water these strawberries a little better. So they'll get watered from this corner into the whole bed. So that's the strawberries. They're bebopping along. Christmas freeze obviously did not faze them one bit. We have a jalapeno pepper here and another jalapeno pepper here. I did feed these. In fact, you'll see a video on the channel that says talks about two different reasons to feed fertilizer, and some for plants like these, which I'm looking to get better production out of, and then some for some other plants. And you'll have to go watch that video. I'll put a link in the corner of this video. If you get cards, you'll see a link up in the corner. Chocolate mint, of course, is just taking off. Look how thick this thing is getting. This is prolific. It's going to be a bumper year for this. In fact, some of these chocolate mints and peppermints are going to get broken up into multiple bags, grow bags. Okay, so look what I just discovered right here. Oh my goodness. I just discovered a massive strawberry. It was hidden. I keep running into these. How is that for amazing? Oh, here's another one. Okay, this one is not quite ready. I'm gonna leave this one in the hopes, and what I do here is I put them on these little lids, keeps them out of the dirt and a bit away from the slugs, though they do still get to them sometimes. I'll have to come out and put that one in a bag. Put a bag on that thing. Yeah, I'm literally, every time I come out here, I see some that I've missed. In fact, I just see another one here that I've missed. You see that one? He's hiding. They're hiding everywhere. Good grief. So the garlic, at this point the garlic is just a growing game. You'll see a whole bunch of garlics growing, and yes, I planted 155. I got 153 that have grown and are still growing strong. A couple of figs. Now this fig right here, this is a brown turkey fig, and I don't see any sign of it growing yet. I'm a little concerned. However, this one over here, look down here at the bottom. We have some growth here, we have some growth there, and even a little bit over here. So this thing is going to come back. Very excited. That's following the Christmas freeze. We'll have to see how much of that makes it. But this one here hadn't made it yet. A little concerned. More garlic, and behind the garlic is a Plumaria, and the Plumaria has not come back yet. A little concerned. Still has green underneath the skin when you scratch it. So these are just organza bags I got off Amazon. Same thing you'd get, you know, wedding favors and gifts and stuff in. Not sure that one's gonna make it, but I'm gonna cover it anyway. But, oh my goodness. See now, this one got to by slugs. I missed the opportunity on that one. That's pretty bad. But that's a big old strawberry, isn't it? Definitely need to get down here. Another one. I'm gonna have to be a little more proactive on that. On the other side of the driveway, the mums by the front door are looking pretty lush. This pot is doing really good. Remember, everything froze off, but this thing is so thick. Very excited about that. And of course, the artichoke bed. There is the jalapeno that's here that got fed. So hopefully these little buds that are coming out will actually, oh, that one just fell off. There's little buds coming out here that I'm hoping will start doing something good now that they've been fed. I got a little lax on the feeding. Sunchokes, still haven't done anything with those. These are three of the 4 pots that I plan to bury in the ground for sunchokes in the future. This fig tree, now we're gonna see the other 2 fig trees in the back, and they actually look really good. But these leaves look a little, I don't know if it's deformed or eaten or what. I'm a little concerned. I'm not sure why This thing is having so much trouble. I have not fed the trees yet, these fig trees yet, so I need to do that. But it's actually looking really nice. It's kind of accomplishing the shape I wanted. So let's take a look at these azaleas. These things are beautiful. I mean, just beds of them. And look at the bees. The bees in here are, where'd he go? There he goes. Oh, he's flying. And we're flying. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them here. I need to be careful. Anyway, lots of bees in here loving these pink flowers. There's some red ones. Now, interestingly enough, these red ones are the ones that started out prolific, and now they kind of seem to be going, and these pink ones are taking over. So there's obviously two different kinds of bush tangled up together here. Just like over here, we have these pink ones, and we have these white ones. They're not on the same plant, I don't believe. No, they're just tangled up together. But it's beautiful. This is the one I thought I had killed. Obviously, that's not the case. I don't know if this is gonna come up with flowers. It seems like this is one of the last ones. A couple of boxwoods, I'm pretty sure. More along here. And then we get out to the end and look at the white carpet up here ahead. Is this not amazing? Just this one little slice right in the middle here. That is the neatest thing, I think. So this hedge will always have some color for the next few months. Every garden tour, somewhere in this area there's going to be some color, which is kind of cool. So this bed, this is the pollinator bed, one of the two pollinator beds, and obviously I have not cleaned it up. I am studying these, and these I am almost positive are zinnias now. I actually found one of the Mexican Rough Clover. They're the ones that I was mistaken, and they actually start forking off pretty early, and these are not forking. These are a single stem, and so that's what a zinnia does. I said in another video that came out either recently or shortly that I was not sure if it was, oh yeah, it was on the one that it's been a week ago, came out, talked about starting the weeding and creating the new bed, and I wasn't sure if this was zinnias or the Mexican Rough Clover. That was the one I was thinking of. I didn't know at the time, but yeah, definitely zinnias, and I'm seeing dozens if not hundreds in here, so I'm very excited about that. That's an old orange bell pepper plant that just needs to come out. And the Thai plants, I'm not giving up on them. There's 4 Thai plants that have not come back since the freeze. I still think they're going to come back, but I am going to get to this bed after those zinnias get taken off a little better. And we come over here across another row of garlic bags into the front pollinator bed, which has been weeded. Now, not completely, but it's better. Again, I'm coming down to zinnias. And you can see here, these are zinnias. And I've got to find a Mexican Rough Clover somewhere so I can show you. I'm pretty sure though that these are zinnias. I'm about 75% sure now. In fact, hold on. Oh, yes, okay, here. This is a Mexican Rough Clover. You see how it's starting to branch off right here? That is Mexican Rough Clover, and I'm going to leave that so we can see the difference for real in a little bit. Give that thing a few days and I'll release a little short video on that one. But the rain lilies, they're starting to come back. We did have a flower already on those. These zinnias though are just so exciting. There's some dollar weed, and I'm hesitant to pull out too much of the dollar weed because I don't want to damage the zinnias. But that big thing right there is an angel trumpet. And of course the Egyptian walking onions are actually taking off like crazy, looking beautiful. And we come around to the tier garden, 5 tier beds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and what do we have? The first one is done. You can go see the video. We actually sifted down about a foot, got all the weeds out, discovered dichondra is a wonderful mat for a cover crop, and it's covered with a load of compost, which there's about another yard, maybe a little more of compost sitting in there from the equestrian center. And someone posted a question about the possibility of grazon, and I am going to be investigating that in this stuff. I'm a little concerned. Thank you for reminding me of that. Last year when we got this stuff, it was years and years and years old, and so I wasn't worried about it, and I completely forgot about that until someone reminded me in the comments on the Compost Day video just a couple days ago. So very glad to have gotten that comment. Please feel free to comment on this video if you do have any questions. This is my own personal journal of what's going on. He's garlic. And you're welcome to follow along with me. I'm learning. This here is more chocolate mint. You can see the asparagus patch down here has a bit of weeds, and I'm going to be getting to these, a bed at a time. There's a lot of dollar weed in here. I'm tempted to let all this dichondra go, though. Go look at the end of that compost, or the where I built the bed, the weeding, where I started weeding for the season, and edging with bricks. That video, I'll put a link in the description and in the cards in the upper corner of this video. But I think it's going to appear up in that corner of the video. But we're looking for this thing's babies, and I think, is this Holy Basil? I'm not sure. I need to let it grow some more to figure that out. It's supposed to be having Holy Basil babies coming up here very soon. So I let this thing go to seed and seed this area right here. We do have asparagus. Here's one asparagus right up in here. I'm hoping one of these other two survived. There is a definite healthy one over here. It definitely gets more sun. That's a very healthy asparagus for a second year. And there's another one that's not as healthy, but I think it's going to survive. I think that pepper plant, that jalapeno plant right there, is probably giving it too much shade. It's going to have to move. I'm going to have to move that up around the corner there so it doesn't get shaded so much. The Pindo Date. Okay, so let me show you this Pindo Date. It's kind of interesting. I've got to get back at the right distance here, and you can see the spike. In fact, let me see if I can. It's a super sunny day and I'm having a hard time seeing the camera here, but there's a spike going up. I think that's it right there. That, I believe, is going to be my first Pindo Dates of the season. So I'm not sure if that's actually, it doesn't look too green right now. It looked green earlier. It'll open up and reveal the whole frond looking thing that makes the dates. I do still need to get in here and clean up some of these dead leaves and the last year's where the dates grew last year. I'm watching for that bumblebee and I don't see him now, of course. Now that I've mentioned him, he doesn't want to be seen. The pink grapefruit tree. This is following the Christmas freeze, 18 degrees Fahrenheit. That's negative, I don't know, 6 or 7, maybe 8 degrees Celsius. We have little spots of green appearing everywhere, and it's exciting. very happy to start seeing something grow out of these. We're gonna lose some of these branches, I have zero doubt, but, and I'm gonna have to get in here and do some major cutting back to get this thing looking better. But there are large green patches starting to appear. That whole other side over there, this here, I don't see a pattern in it yet, but in fact, I do see some more green coming up over there. And it's starting to grow from the bigger trunks and not from the small trunks. So we'll be coming in here and cleaning this thing. The grapes, of course, they have not started yet, I don't believe. They're gonna start coming out here soon if they survive the Christmas. We'll have to see. This will be their entering into their second year of growth. Of course, little trays of pomegranate trees. Those are pomegranate trees. These are old pepper trees planted July of last year. They're just kind of waiting to see if they can be planted. There's some rosemary over there. These are all pomegranate trees. Almost 30 of them. Some of them have died. Actually, I thought some of them died. I don't see any dead ones right now. Maybe they came back. All our peppers. In fact, this is an orange bell right here. Still looking good. The orange bells haven't been doing good. I did come through and feed all the peppers. Go back and look at that video on 2 different reasons to feed. 2 different ways to feed. Now this, I've got an experiment coming up here, and this one should be coming up later in March. It is a Fatale pepper plant, and it's really getting munched on, but you'll have to see what this experiment is, and it'll be coming out in probably just a few weeks. I'm hoping that it reveals something of truth to me. Citronella plant, whole bunch of peppers. They're looking a little worn for wear, but they're looking pretty good. Henderson and Penny are over there. This big tarp, this is another experiment that we've got coming up soon. Again, be sure to subscribe to Bowtie Life, because this is going to be interesting if it works. Yeah, it's a pile of something under there. Oh, look at that orange bell pepper starting to turn. That's going to be ready to pick very soon. Probably one of the biggest orange bells I've had. We actually did have one of these rain lilies. This is where we actually had a rain lily pop up, and it looks like it has already diminished. I don't think I even got a picture of it. But yeah, this is the rain lily. This thing is going to be full this year of bulbs. There's little bulbs under there. And I'm going to break some of those out and plant them around. There's some mountain mint, and I don't know what this is. If you know what this is, please, oh please, let me know. I do not know what it is. I do have a wandering Jew right there, which I am not sure I'm going to be keeping. A few more rosemary plants along here, looking half decent. And the old pineapple. Not feeling very encouraged about that. Either that nor the sugarcane. Nothing in either of the sugarcane bags. So I may not be getting sugarcane. They're in there, but I'm not feeling optimistic about those. One thing I am feeling optimistic about is look at the potatoes. Potatoes, 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 potatoes. Tons of potatoes. Basically, we just let these grow until they start dying back, and then we'll dump the bag. Got a video coming out about that too. Raising potatoes beginning to end. From seed to table. The orange trees here, of course, they're this stronger orange tree is looking, it's struggling, but it at least has some green on it. There's some green down here. There's a few little spots of green here and there, but they are coming out of branches. So, and see, if you look at this, you can see this one actually looks like it has green in it. So I don't know if that's going to work, if it's going to grow again like normal, or if it's going to lose a lot of branches. There are still a lot of dead oranges in there that need to be cleaned up. This orange tree, this is my weakest orange tree. I've seen nothing on this. Nothing. I hate to mourn its loss. I still see nothing on it. It was struggling as it was. I did feed everything out here, so hopefully they'll have a chance. And of course the blueberries. I did a little short video on the blueberries yesterday. And you can actually see, or it came out the day before this video came out. But you can see that some of the buds, in fact, let me come down here to the ground. Some of the buds are starting to fall. That's what all those little white things are. Those are the buds that are falling off of these, and so like these here, these have been pollinated. And that bee right there, he's doing his job. There he goes. There's bees everywhere out here. The bees are very, very happy today. Plenty of pollen. Plenty of pollinating going on. Just scanning real quick, I can see a few dozen bees. Oh, no, I'm seeing 3-4 dozen bees maybe. There's a lot of bees in these blueberries, just happy, happy bees. So we didn't have those bees last year. I think they came in March or April of last year. They are so busy right now working on these blueberries that hopefully I'll be safe here for just a few minutes as we close up the first of 3 parts of our February 2023 front and side garden tour. Very exciting. Month 11. Next month will be month 12, the whole year I've been doing this. But just hearing these bees buzz, it's really interesting. A little disconcerting, but we'll figure it out. Thought I had one crawling in my shoe for a second there. As I mentioned earlier, this is my personal video logs of what's happening in the garden each month, what I'm doing. I've got experiments in here, so future me can come back and look and see what works and what doesn't work. I'm still new to this. We're entering into what I consider my 4th successful year of gardening, and I'm still learning. This is going to take decades. I'm envious of some people that have been doing this all their lives. Gardener Scott, he's been doing this for decades and decades and decades, and says he's still learning. So, I always told our kids, and I've mentioned this in videos before, but I always told our kids that the day you stop learning is the day you die, and there's always something to learn, and I feel very strongly about that. And so it's just life and thriving and living, and God wants us to thrive, and I think it's one of God's gifts is our ability to continue to learn. So anyway, we're gonna head over to the back garden and do that video tour. It should be out in a couple of days. It takes me a little while to edit these videos, so that's why I'm recording this on the 26th. It comes out on the 28th. Hopefully it comes out on the 28th. I'm not very fast on editing, but I can edit a little bit, and it takes a couple of days to do it. So that's why there's a little bit of a delay, sometimes more of a delay than others if I'm on a big project. But yeah, so anyway, we'll look at the outer gardens in the next part. There's not a lot of new going on in the outer gardens except for the orange tree. I am following, the fig trees. I'm very encouraged by the fig trees, and well, we'll have to just do that on the next video. But anyway, these these peppers I'm very hopeful for. We're just getting ready to start planting up some new seeds. Me and Mrs. Bowtie are gonna get some more pepper seeds planted up, and so we can get going. We've got the onions going inside. They're thriving. Some of them are going to go in that new bed just over there at the top of the 5-tier garden. And we've got, what do we have? Oh, we have some jalapenos that need to go somewhere. And we've got a number of things that have to go out. So, starting the new year, I'm going to hopefully planting up some pepper plants today. And sometime in the next 2 weekends, we'll be planting our tomato seedlings, about 2 weeks too late in my book. I was really wanting to get them done last weekend, but you know, there's so much to do, and sometimes it's just overwhelming. So you get when you get to it, and you just don't throw a fit, right? And so when it gets done, it'll get done, and we'll have tomatoes, and it all works out anyway, because you know our average last frost date is May 14th, I believe, and we are in zone 8B. We are actually one county away from zone 9 in that direction, and they say you really shouldn't plant within 2 weeks of the average last frost anyway. So if you want to find out that your average last frost, go to Google, type in average last frost and then your zip code or your city name, and it'll tell you on Google. But yeah, so I can't think of anything else. Appreciate you watching along on my personal journal. You're invited to come along. I try to learn things, and I try to share what I learn on here so that my ADD brain can be reminded in the future of what happened, because I forget stuff all the time, and I go back and look at these videos to remember what happened, what's going on, what did I learn. Some days I just don't have a clue. It's just all there is to it. And so please do subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, you're just kind of stumbling along and finding our channel for the first time, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next couple of parts. Yes, there's 3 parts. We are on a 1/4 acre here, and we are working on converting pretty much all the 1/4 acre into something edible. And it would be a dream to have a completely edible 1/4 acre of food that we could pick from, that we could eat on ourselves, that we could give away, that we can do what we can with. And so if you've already subscribed, I thank you so much for subscribing. We appreciate every single subscription. I appreciate you watching the videos. That helps. Another thing that helps is clicking that thumbs up on this video. If you found it entertaining, educational, or informational, hit that thumbs up. And if you've got a friend that you think might appreciate something in this video, please share this on your social media, Facebook or whatever else you might have that you're using. And you can share links, but there's a share button on this video that you can share this video on directly to your social media. And these are free things, 3 free things that you can do to help grow the channel. And we're trying to grow this channel to be something helpful. There's a whole bunch of channels coming out now, and it's so fascinating to me to watch one person present a particular topic and then watch another person present the exact same topic. But you know what? They've learned other things. They might be in a different place in their journey and whatever. Oh, potatoes, that's a big one coming out right now. A lot of them are doing potatoes. And Hollis and Nancy had their potato video coming out, and Callie Kim had her potato video just come out within the past week. And you know what? It's interesting because they're each at different places. They're each in different climates completely, even though they're both in a very high zone number, but their focus is on different things. They have some similar things, and their focus is in different things. Callie Kim deals with growing potatoes in a small space. Hollis and Nancy have acres to grow stuff on, and they grow lots and lots of everything that they grow, and they give away a lot of the stuff, and I think that's fantastic. What an opportunity, you know, you get a gift from God like a property like this, and it's just an opportunity to bless others with what God has given you. But yeah, so I have a potato video coming out in a few months, and we'll we'll see if I've come up with anything new. But those potatoes are just doing their thing over there, and so it fascinates me the stories different people tell about the exact same thing. And so, you know, people think this is competing against me. They did the exact same video, and I'm not speaking any to Callie, Kim, or Hollis and Nancy. They do their thing, and they do it great, and they all have their phenomenal audiences, and there's going to be more doing it. And I believe it's a real exciting movement right now that's happening, and it's just, I just find it fascinating, and hopefully I can present it with my OCD, ADD brain in a way that someone else can get it that didn't quite get it from somebody else that did the exact same thing. And that's really my only hope with recording this on YouTube. There's a bunch of ways I could do these videos. My brain recording videos is just so much easier. It works, it clicks with my brain, and it's just how I've found is the easiest way to journal my progress through this. So if you watch our Facebook page, you'll see I did a lot of From Humble Beginnings posts over the past few months, and there's going to be another round coming out, and these are previous years of stuff that's come out that I want to get on record for myself for the future, so I know what I did when. And so yeah, this is all just a personal journal, and you're welcome to follow along, and hopefully you'll learn something too, because that's what it's all about, learning something. So yeah, next video we'll do the outer beds, and then the third part we do these raised beds right here, and there's stuff growing in the raised beds. In fact, if you hadn't seen any of the other videos, there's something in that raised bed that I'm a little excited. Actually, there's two somethings in that raised bed I'm a little excited about. I will have a little video. We're going to be planting out mammoth melting snow peas in the top tier bed. We're going to be planting some onions up there. Somewhere down there, I've got to get another bed going so that we can start the arches and grow another row of these mammoth melting sugar snap peas. So we're going to have a lot of those, and they're great. Oh, you pick them when they're young and crisp. Okay, that's all for another video. Yeah, ADD, rabbit holes everywhere. Yeah, I need to just close this up right now and be done with it, I know. So come back for the next video. At the end, at the closing credits, or credit or whatever it is, you'll see that there is a link to the video tours, and once the next one comes out, there will be a link directly to it. So follow along. Have a blessed day.